Okay, let me start with this. Glen Hansard wasn't just a musician or an actor. He was a storyteller who blurred the lines between art forms. And his tragic death, at 56, feels like losing a living archive of raw creativity. When I heard about the motorcycle crash in Dublin's Strawberry Beds, my first thought was, of course it was a bike. The man radiated that restless, kinetic energy, someone who needed to move, to create, to feel every mile. But let's unpack why this moment matters beyond the headlines. First, let's rewind. If you only know Hansard from Once, the film that gave us that Oscar-winning duet, Falling Slowly, you're missing half the story. He wasn't some overnight indie darling. This guy started performing at 16, bussed across Europe, and got his first big break in The Commitments as the soulful, frayed-out Span Foster. But here's what fascinates me, that role wasn't just acting. Hansard brought his real-life grit, as a Dublin street performer, into the character. He didn't play a musician, he was one, and that authenticity became his trademark. Now, let's talk about the swell season era. When he teamed up with Markéta Irglová, they created something I'd call accidental perfection. That Oscar win for Falling Slowly wasn't just about a catchy tune, it was a cultural reset. Suddenly, stripped down, collaborative music wasn't just a niche, it was mainstream. But what many overlook is how that partnership fractured after the spotlight hit. Their breakup wasn't just personal, it was artistic whiplash. From my perspective, that tension is what made their work so haunting. They were two souls trying to outrun fame while creating beauty from the wreckage. And then there's the solo career. Hansard's later albums. They are like listening to a friend who's been through hell and back, but still finds reasons to laugh. His voice, cracked, passionate, alive, became a metaphor for resilience. But here's the thing, he never separated his art from his roots. The man stayed tied to Ballymun, to Dublin, to the streets where he learned to fight and write and survive. That authenticity is rare in an age of curated personas. So, what's the bigger picture here? Hansard's death isn't just a loss of talent, it's a reminder that creativity is often inseparable from vulnerability. He lived his art, whether through music, acting, or that reckless bike ride. And maybe that's the point. If you take a step back, his life mirrors his music, messy, loud, tender, and utterly unfiltered. We'll remember him for the Oscar, sure, but more for the way he made us feel, like every broken chord and half-shouted lyric was a piece of his soul handed to us. What's your take? Was Hansard a product of his environment, or did he redefine what Irish music could be? Drop your thoughts below, because trust me, this conversation's bigger than one man's legacy.